is number 6. Transversal cross parallel lines. What we're going to do is draw 2 parallel lines. I'll call them M and N. I didn't quite get them parallel, but they're pretty close. This is going to be line M. This is going to be line L. Sorry, N. And this is the mark to indicate parallel. Whenever I draw this little arrow in the middle of a line, maybe 2 arrows like this, and then I draw 2 more on the other line, these 2 lines are said to be parallel. Another way we write that is we say that M is parallel to N. You see the 2 little L's there? That means parallel. And there's 2 L's in parallel, and those are actually parallel lines, so it's pretty easy to tell. Now we're going to draw a thing called a transversal. The transversal will be in green, I guess. No, red. I like red today. My transversal is line T. It's going to cross those 2 parallel lines. It crosses them. That's what trans means, across. You guys have heard of transcontinental? Trans World Airlines? It means across. Transatlantic means across. Trans means across. And a transversal goes across 2 parallel lines, just like that. And we're going to label the angles to make it easy so we don't have 3 names. I don't want to put points on here because then I got to name each angle by A, B, C, and D, E, F, and it gets confusing. So I'm just going to call my angles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Those are going to be my angles. And there are some angles that we're going to look at. They're pairs of angles, and all of these angles are congruent. We can look at the vertical angles. Everybody should be able to name all the sets of vertical angles. There are 4 pairs of vertical angles. Name them all. Name the 4 pairs of vertical angles on that diagram. Go ahead. Don't wait for me. What's one pair of vertical angles, guys? 1 and 2, actually, those are a linear pair, aren't they? 1 and 4 are vertical angles. Angle 1 and angle 4. By the way, these are congruent. They're the same size. Name all the other vertical angles. There are 4 pairs. What's another pair? 2 and 3. What's another pair? 5 and 8. And 6, 7. Those are called vertical angles. Now we want to do 2 sets of alternate interior. Alternate interior angles. By the way, alternate interior angles are going to alternate. That means one on each side, and they're going to be inside, in between the two parallel lines. One of them is 5 and 4. Angle 4 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles. What are the other alternate interior angles? 3 and 6, yep. See if you can name the alternate exterior angles. There are two sets of alternate exterior angles. 8 and 1, yep.
2 and 7.
2 and 7, yep. Notice that these are all congruent. Angle 1 and angle 8, angle 2 and angle 7. Now for the easiest of all, the corresponding angles. Corresponding is kind of like the same when I was talking about the parts of a car. The right driver's side door, the driver's side front door and the driver's side back door, and there's a passenger side front door and a passenger side rear door. The same door corresponds to the same part of the car. If I pick these up and place them on top of here, they're corresponding. They're in the same location. Top right, top left, bottom right. They're in the same location. That's corresponding. Name the corresponding angles. Name all your corresponding angles. Nope, can't see. The corresponding angles are 1 and
5.
5 because it's top left, and 2 and 6 and 3 and 7 and 4 and 8 are the corresponding angles. And did you notice that I wrote this one? Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. It's pretty hard to miss, huh? That's where they appear on your diagram. All of these are congruent angles. We can check that real easily by measuring them, can't we? Can we measure all these and check them? You should be able to verify all this, right? Use your protractor and measure your angles and see if it's actually true. Angle 1. Looks like it's not big enough, but I can measure angle 5 pretty easy. I'll have to extend out 1 a little more. Angle 5 happens to be 56 degrees. I think I'll put it in another color. Mine's different than yours, of course, but the idea is the same. And if I extend that one out, I can find it. Let's see if angle 1 is 56 degrees as well. Yep, dead on, 56 degrees. if I know this one, since this is a linear pair, I know this one happens to be 124 degrees, isn't it? And in fact, I can read it right off of here. If this one is 56, this one's 124. You can see it better on this one. See that? This one is getting measured from here, so it's in the bottom one. That's 124. And this one is getting measured this way. That makes it 56. So both of these are 124. And we already know that vertical angles are equal. That's 124, and that one's 56. That one is 124, and that one, of course, is 56. For yours, it's different.